Hello and a warm welcome to Gargi Club. I, your friend, your comrade, your companion, Nikita Garg, is here with yet another video on a very important topic which is ringing in our ears these days. The topic is that what are the traits of a happy and emotionally healthy kid? Because in today's times it's becoming all the more relevant to understand that why we are not able to gel well with our kids. We are not able to understand their emotions, understand what they have to say, their unsaid words, unspoken emotions, unexpressed thoughts. And at the same time, what are they lacking as children, where they feel incompetent, where they feel lonely at times, that they are not able to share their things with us, their deepest desires, or what is going on in their lives altogether. So it made me think that it is a very pertinent topic in today's time, especially when we see children committing suicides. Children are just going berserk about performance. Parents are so much tensed about their studies, their career, their behavior at home, at school, at public places, and all all in all, they are not able to express themselves as we used to express when during our childhood days, during our teenage days. So what has changed in today's times? I will come up with another video for this, that how the times have changed. But right now the topic for today's video is that what are the 16 traits of a happy and emotionally healthy child, so that we can this video will serve two purpose. One is that we understand, okay, these are the traits that my child has or my child lacks. And secondly, if okay, these this is also the checklist, that if I feel I want to make my child a happy and emotionally healthy child, so what are the things I need to keep in mind so that I can inculcate these points, right? So these are the dual purpose this video will serve for you all, as parents, as guardians, as caregivers, and as anybody who can just be there for a child. Most importantly, I have also realized while making this video is that these traits are not only for kids. For kids, it is as a precursor. Okay, like these things are the ones that we are going to take care of. But for adults also, uh, we can have a checklist for us, that what all do we possess as individuals and what do we lack as individuals, which doesn't allow us to be emotionally healthy, or which doesn't allow us to be happy at times. So for kids it's very important, because it is their formative years, and for adults it becomes more important to know that what do we need to do uh, right now and in the coming time, so that we can help ourselves also in becoming better beings, as this is also the sole purpose of Gargi Club, where we have a community. It is an approach towards making a community for a healthy environment, not for ourselves, but also not only for ourselves, but also for the people around, so that we can have a more conducive environment. Yeah. So I begin with today's video. First of all, in our 15 traits, we have first that a happy and emotionally healthy kid will radiate positivity. What do we mean by that? That a child will be happy and cheerful of all the time. Second, sorry, these days I'm having little bad sore throat. Uh, Secondly, we have resilience. So resilience is very important in today's times because uh, the world is not so sensitive as we used to have. The world is not so empathetic as we used to have earlier. So we need to develop resilience among in ourselves so that we can be more strong in our approach. So the child will have resilience who can bounce back from setbacks and can be adaptive, because these days nobody cares for anybody's emotions. So it is our prerogative, it is our own responsibility, that how we can bounce back from setbacks caused by our own actions or by the people around. Thirdly, we have emotional awareness. Emotional awareness is the key point which I find, because we need to be aware about our emotions. We need to be aware about what we lack as individuals, or what we are mm, what emotions do we have during a certain situation. Fourthly, we have self confidence. Self confidence is very important, and it has been essential key element from time immemorial, because no matter what the circumstances are, if you are self confident, if you are a person who can believe in your abilities with all your might, then nobody can shake you. Next, we have empathy. That is the fifth one, fifth trait. Empathy, as I said, is very important in today's world, because we need to know how it feels to be in others' boots. I mean, if I rephrase it, it's like we need to see as sensitive beings that how the other person is feeling, when that person is happy, when that person is sad, when that person is broken, shattered, or what is going on in that person's mind that is making that person behave in a certain manner. So empathy is very important, because human beings, as we all know, it's a social being, they are social animals. We all are there for one another. So it is easier said than done. So empathy makes it all the more important for our children to know that how the other person, what the other person is going through in that particular situation, that uh, that is why that person is in such a state. And sixthly is optimism. Optim well Optimism is again the thing that looking at the brighter side of things, not giving up, not drooping down, or if you just fall down also you get back, and with the support of your own self, or with the support of the people around, you are able to see the good aspects of any situation. So that is very important in today's era. Next, we have curiosity. Yes, curiosity is another key ingredient in our lives, where it helps us to rekindle passion, rekindle that thirst for knowing more, for doing more, for exploring more in our lives. And it also keeps on, I'm sorry, it also keeps uh, us alive, because we are ready for new information, we are ready for new challenges, we are ready for uh, that zeal to come up with things. Social skills, yes, in today's 21st century, social skills have become all the more relevant, because when the child, you just understand the situation, that when a child is not able to express at home, when the child is not being understood at home, how that child will be able to conduct himself or herself outside, right? So it becomes very important for us to identify those social skills in our children, and at the same time we come up with ways that how we can develop those social skills if a child lacks it, right? And if we have to identify and develop and inculcate these skills or these traits, first of all we need to be aware of them, right? So the next skill, that is the ninth skill, we have problem solving abilities. Yes, and it is not only the problem that is caused by oneself or the problems that are existing in one's life, but also around us. Problem solving is a very important skill or an ability that we should have, because this world is becoming complex day by day, and it becomes all the more important for our children to have the ability to find out the solutions rather than just cribbing over the problem or the where the challenge lies. Next, we have independence. Yes, a happy and emotionally healthy child will always have a sense of independence, where in that child can think independently, take actions independently to some extent, and at the same time can also has the freedom to choose between things or among options. So this is very important, because gone are the times that our children used to be in reins. They used to be in complete control of their parents' whims and fancies. No, today's child is wanting freedom, is revolting for freedom, and at times they are becoming aggressive about their rights. So this becomes very important, that how we channelize these energies in the best way possible. Next, we have healthy self expression. Uh, this might sound a bit tricky, but when we think about this as a trait, it is very important, because as I started my video by saying that our kids have stopped expressing the way they should, or in a way a family member should express among others. So healthy self expression means that the child knows his limits. At the same time the child knows what to say, when to say, how to say, and is it really required what he or she is asking for. What the parents or what the caregivers are going to do in return is another thing. But right now, in this video, we are solely focusing on the child, his traits of being happy and emotionally healthy. So, self expression is very important, because the child should know that any thought, any feelings, anything going inside should be expressed, but in a healthy way, not in a way that is injurious to his or her own health, or maybe that can also jeopardize the safety of the people around. So, this is very important. Next, we have sense of humor. As we all know the importance of sense of humor, we cannot afford to overrule this trait, because humor is a great way to express things in the best ways possible. Because the child, if a child knows how to be humorous and has a good sense of humor, then it is an added bonus to the child's traits that he she is expressing, he she is not offending anybody. She is putting his or her point forth, and also, most importantly, if that point is being heard and followed upon, is well and good. If not, then people will just not mind it, right? And the child will also know that it was like said in such a way that if it is granted, very good. If it is not granted, that's also fine, right? And also, it helps to keep the conversation light. Next, we have gratitude. Sorry. Gratitude is very important in today's life. It is the ability to be thankful for all the things you have, for all the people you have around you, everything that is there in your life. You are thankful about it, and you are mindful about it, so that you can thank God that you have those things. And if you don't have, then obviously other traits are there to help you to gain those things, right? Respect. So the next point is respect, where a happy and emotionally healthy child will always exhibit this thing, because that child has been given respect, and that child has been seeking respect at home, at school, and at other places. So whenever the child will conduct himself or herself, she will have that thing, that how to be respectful in front of others, and also that child will demand respect. So this is very important in today's world, because uh, there are times these days where our children are falling into relationships, they are falling in certain substance consumption, they are falling in some kind of distraction, they are falling in any kind of thing that is maybe not so healthy for a child, or maybe for anybody for that matter. And the parents do not know how to handle those things. And as we all know, that bad things attract us more as compared to good things. So the child will, if the child is not respectful, the child will revolt, the child will retaliate, the child will come up with vehement approaches,